Dear students, welcome to online classes. Today we are going to discuss about physical properties of the metals and non-metals from 8th class science. Malleability. So observe the pictures. So they are the sweets which are covered with silver foil, and these are the parcels made up of aluminium foil. So what are the shapes of metals? They are in the form of sheets. Now if you observe the picture, he is making a sword by hammering, continuous hammering. Do you bring a similar change in the shape of a clay material by beating it? Never. And check here, gold foils are taken out. By pressing between two rollers, gold foils are taken out. Here in the two examples, we are making into a flat shape. Now coming to the activity, identifying the malleability of materials, and the materials required are hammer, and we have different types of materials that we have taken in the activity 2.
To start with, beat the iron nail with a hammer. Hit the nail hard. You have to do it carefully. Take care so that your hands do not get hurt. Now hit the aluminium wire hard. This time also take care of your hand. What do you see? Is there any change in the shape of nail and wire? You can see that the shape of the iron nail and the aluminium wire changed on beating. When they are beaten harder, the iron nail and the aluminium wire take the shape of thin sheets or they are flattened. Now hit hard the gold piece and pencil lead with the hammer. Interestingly, you will find that gold pieces and pencil lead break into small pieces on beating. It is the property of the metals that they take the shape of a thin sheet on being hammered. This property of the metals is known as malleability. This is a characteristic property of metals. As you saw in the experiment, materials like coal and pencil lead do not show this property as they are not metals. In this module, you have learned that metals form thin sheets on hammering.
From the video we can observe there are some materials which will get flattened on hammering, which will break into pieces or into powder on hammering. Let us check. Iron, zinc, copper and aluminium are flattened, and magnesium, carbon, sulfur, iodine will be break into pieces, and there should be no change. Observation. Some of the samples are flattened and some samples are broken into pieces or became a powder. So conclusion. The materials which can be flattened into thin sheets are called malleable materials, and malleability is one of the properties associated with the metals. Metals like aluminium, silver and gold are highly malleable, and you can check the image of a gold foil. Ductility. The property of drawing a material to make fine wires is called ductility. We use wires in different situations in our daily life. Look at the samples given below. So we have all these wires used in our daily life. So first, iron mesh, aluminium cable wires, copper wires and zinc mesh. We have some samples here, 8 samples, and we can write whether they can be converted into wires or not by checking yes. So iron can be converted in the form of wires. Zinc, copper, aluminium will be converted into wires, and remaining we are unable to convert them into wires. From the above table you may infer that some materials can be drawn into wires and some materials cannot be drawn into wires. So most metals are ductile in nature, means they can be drawn into wires. Electrical conductivity. Materials that allow electricity to pass through them and make the bulb to glow are called electric conductors. Activity 4. Identifying electrical conductivity of a material. Arrange an electric circuit with a battery and a bulb. Close the circuit by using iron nail. Observe whether the bulb glows or not. Record your observation in the table and repeat the same experiment using other samples also. This is the circuit we need to prepare, and in the place of iron nail we can change the different types of materials that can be taken for this activity, and we can know that by placing some samples the bulb will glow, and by placing some other samples bulb will never glow. By checking the samples iron, zinc, copper, aluminium and magnesium, they will conduct electricity and remaining not. Observations. Most metals like iron, copper and aluminium are good conductors of electricity. So talk to an electrician, look at the handles of his tools. So it is a screwdriver with a plastic handle. If it is metal, he will feel shock while doing his work. So that's why all the handles are not made up of the metals. They are made up of either insulators, means either plastics or wood. Activity 5. Observing the heat conduction by metals. Take an iron rod, stick pins on it with the help of a wax. Now fix the rod to a stand and heat one end of the rod with a spirit lamp. So it is a stand and iron rod is attached and pins are attached to the iron rod by means of wax. Now take a spirit lamp and heat it at the one end so that all the iron rod will get heated and one by one all the pins will be dropped out, because the iron rod which will get heated, so supply heat energy to the wax and melt so that the pins will drop down, and the wax which is closer to the flame melted first, means it is clearly shown that heat moves from one end of the iron rod to the other end, and this property is known as conductivity of heat. All metals generally conduct heat, and all metals do not have equal conductivity. Iron, copper and aluminium are used as cooking vessels in the preparation of cooking vessels because of their high heat conductivities. Students, I hope you understood. Thank you. We can check some examples here. So these are the materials we use in our kitchen. They are made up of different types of metals. From the above activities, metals generally possess the properties of luster, malleability, ductility, sonority and conduction of heat and electricity. Non-metals generally do not show these properties. Students, I hope you understood. Thank you.